Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm really happy to see you all here today. And you know why we all are here? Yes, right. We are here today for our Google Cloud Career Practitioner program, and this is gonna run a month long. Our main focus here will be the 30 days of cloud. And along with that, we'll also present you with hands on workshops where you can learn a lot of things with us. So, without me taking a lot of time, let me just start with introducing you to someone who has been certified for this whole program. That is, we have our cloud facilitator, Oren. He'll be helping you throughout this campaign. He has been certified he has taken a cloud digital leader exam, and yep, we have got him to help us out. And I think we should go ahead now.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Oren, I'm the cloud lead. Let me just share my slides. All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to the introduction session for the Google Cloud Career Practitioners Pathway. I hope everyone's excited. So let's begin. Before we discuss about cloud computing and all, first I would like to talk about how companies and businesses manage their data centers maybe 15 or 20 years in the past. So in the past, companies companies used to build their own data centers to run their applications and manage their data. There are a lot of disadvantages with this approach. Obviously, there is a large upfront capital investment required by the company. There is also a need to hire very highly trained IT talent to manage this hardware. Another disadvantage is that once you invest in the hardware, upgrading it down the line is expensive. And the last problem is that once your business starts growing and you want to scale your data center, it is a very difficult process. Now, to overcome these challenges, maybe in the last 20 years, we've seen the rise of cloud computing. So cloud computing with services like Amazon Web Services and all has solved this problem of upfront cost by businesses to run their data centers. Cloud computing has five fundamental characteristics. One of them is on-demand self-service. So basically, what this means is that there is no human intervention required to manage the hardware. If a company requests for the resources, it is done automatically. No human intervention is required by the cloud provider. The other benefit is that there is broad network access. So, in order to access cloud computing services, all you need is a computer and an internet connection. You don't need to be physically present at the data center to access the resources. The next feature is that there is resource pooling, which means that as a customer, you are not the only person using the resources. The resources are shared by multiple customers. The other feature is that there is a rapid elasticity, and what rapid elasticity means that you can request for more resources, and these this request for more resources will be granted by the cloud provider almost instantaneously. And lastly, the main benefit or feature is that it is a measured service. So the business does not need to invest any money upfront. The costs for the service are calculated on a monthly basis, and the bill is shared at the end of the month. So there are three cloud computing models. The first one is the infrastructure as a service model. So in this model, a cloud computing provider provides all the core infrastructure components like servers, networks, and databases. In this model, there is more input required from the user. The user has to manage a lot of resources by himself. An example of an infrastructure as a service is GCP, Google Cloud Platform. The next model is the platform as a service. Platform as a service abstracts the underlying infrastructure components, so you don't have to actually configure the underlying hardware like the servers or the networks. This is all done by the cloud provider. All you need to do is just need to provide your application to the cloud provider, and the cloud provider figures out how to deploy this application, how to scale this application, and so on. So an example of a platform as a service, one of the most popular ones is probably Heroku, and maybe recent times is Render. The last model is the software as a service model. So basically, in the software as a service model, both the underlying hardware as well as the application is managed by the service provider, and you just use the service. An example of software as a service would be Google Drive. So I have a quick question for you guys. Can you guys name the three biggest cloud computing providers? Nice. AWS, Azure. So one more. Yeah, Anish is right. GCP, AWS, Azure. Yeah, that's correct. Yep, Google Cloud. So it is Google Cloud, AWS, and Azure. Google Cloud is from Google, Amazon Web Services from Amazon, and Azure from Microsoft. Currently, AWS is the biggest cloud provider by market share, followed by Azure and GCP. So, in this pathway or in this campaign, we are going to be focusing on the Google Cloud Platform. So, a little bit about the Google Cloud Platform. It was started out in the year 2008. The first service launched by GCP was App Engine. A core feature of cloud computing is that cloud computing providers have servers located all across the globe, which means that you can deploy your applications any part of the world that you want. So this could be for regulatory reasons, or if you want to deploy your application closer to your users. So GCP has about 35 regions all over the world, and in India there are two regions, Delhi and Mumbai. Apart from this, in every region there is a concept known as availability zone. So basically, every region is divided into three availability zones, and an availability zone is basically a isolated server location that is isolated from the other zones. And apart from these, there are 173 network edge locations. This is used for content delivery networks, caching, and so on. Coming to the services offered by Google Cloud offers a lot of services. I believe it's more than 150 plus services. These services can be divided into certain categories. The first category is the compute services. So, compute services are basically services that allow you to deploy your applications or your programs. And some of the services are the first one is the compute engine. Compute engine is basically Google GCP's service for running virtual machines. Popular services like Google search engine, YouTube, and Gmail use compute engine under the hood. The next service would be App Engine. App Engine is is a managed service for running web applications. Basically, it's a platform as a service where you provide the application, and GCP figures out a way how to deploy and scale that application. Next, we have cloud functions. So maybe in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, the concept of serverless computing has come about. So one of the strongest use cases for serverless computing is cloud functions. So cloud functions basically allow you to, instead of creating an entire application, all you do is you write functions as you do in your programs, and you set triggers for these functions. For example, you can have a trigger to run on a certain HTTP request. So in this way, you don't have to create an entire application. That's one thing, and the other thing is that you only pay for the number of times the function is invoked. So it's cost effective for certain types of applications. Next, there is Cloud Run. Cloud Run is a fairly new service launched in 2019. Cloud Run allows you to deploy containerized applications. So, have you guys heard of containers, Docker? Nice. Anybody else? All right. So yeah, Cloud Run is Google's service for deploying containers. And finally, we have Google Kubernetes Engine. Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration system created at Google. So for some context, managing a lot of containers is a pretty difficult task, and Google has about 2 billion containers running in every week. So managing that amount of containers is not easy, and you need orchestration tools to manage the whole process. So Google Kubernetes Engine is a managed Kubernetes service that is provided by Google. So the next set of services is storage services. Storage services basically relate to the storage of data. The first one is cloud storage. Cloud storage is an object storage. Basically, what that means is you can store any kinds of files on cloud storage. This is very similar to Amazon S3, if you've heard of it. Next, there is Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL is a fully managed relational database service provided by GCP. Have you guys used any databases? What databases have you guys used? Relational databases. Nice. SQL, Postgres SQL. Okay. So Cloud SQL is a managed service for using relational databases. The next service is Cloud Bigtable. Cloud Bigtable is Google's fully managed NoSQL database. Next, we have Cloud Spanner. Cloud Spanner is a distributed SQL database management service. So basically, what that means is that the database is replicated in multiple geographic locations. An example of a service at Google that uses this is Google Ads. So if you guys have seen, Google Ads are present on many websites. So there is a need for data storage at multiple geographic locations. So Cloud Spanner is a service that allows you to do this. Then there is Data Store. Data store is again another NoSQL database provided by Google. So I'd like to ask you guys a question. Does anyone know the difference between a relational database and a NoSQL database? Okay, so I think most of you have heard of relational databases, but might have not used a NoSQL database. So NoSQL databases basically don't have a fixed schema, unlike a relational database. For example, a relational database, you define a schema for a table, and based on that schema you insert data. But in NoSQL database, there is no schema that is set at the database level. The schema has to be managed by the programs. Okay, relational database store. Yeah. Okay. So moving on, the next set of services is for big data and machine learning. One of the major advantages of cloud computing services is that you have access to a lot of computational power on demand, basically. So this allows you to process big data for analytics much more easier and in a much more scalable way. GCP has a lot of services for to manage big data as well as machine learning. Some of them are the more popular ones are BigQuery. BigQuery is a serverless data warehouse, so it's a very popular product. A data warehouse is essentially what an organization use to manage all of their data. So they put all their data into a data warehouse, and they perform analysis on that data. The next service is PubSub. PubSub is a service to create a system of publishers and subscribers. So basically, publishers produce data and subscribers consume data. So this is used to build data pipelines and in for streaming applications. Next, there is Dataproc. Dataproc is Google's fully managed service for popular big data tools like Apache Hadoop, Apache Spark, and other open source tools. And next, in machine learning as well, there are a lot of fully managed services. There is Vision AI, a Vision API, and AI platform. Basically, what they allow you to do is so Google has pre-trained models which you can use to integrate into your applications to analyze images and so on. Then there is the speech to text API, which allows you to convert speech in up to 125 languages into text. Then there is Cloud Translation API, which allows you to dynamically translate between two languages at scale. And last, there is AutoML. AutoML is a service that so, for example, if a business wants to make a machine learning model, basically they don't have to code up a model from scratch. There are pre-trained models that a business can use to suit their applications. Um, so coming to Google Cloud, how projects are structured. Every there's a concept of a project, and you structure your all your services within this project. So within this project, you can enable services and APIs. APIs are basically the how you interact with the GCP underlying GCP infrastructure components, and projects are where you enable billing. And also, since we're talking about resources, there needs to be a correct way to manage permissions and credentials. So GCP follows this thing called least security model, where only the required permissions are assigned to a user, because otherwise a user might create any number of might use any number of services which cost a lot of money. And in projects you can track resources and quota usages, as well as it's possible to programmatically manage projects in Google Cloud. uh, so every project has certain identifying attributes. There is the project ID, which has to be globally unique across the whole GCP system. There also this project ID is assigned by Google Cloud, but you can change it on the new project screen. But once that project is created, you can't change the project ID. Next, there is a project name, which does not need to be unique, and it can be chosen by the user, and it is possible to change the project name even after the project is created. And lastly, this is the project number, which is again globally unique and which is assigned by Google Cloud, and it cannot be changed once it's created. So creating a project is pretty straightforward. If you go to the GCP console, there's this drop-down menu, and you just click on it, and it takes you to the screen. So here you can give your project name. Like I said, this doesn't have to be unique, and it can be changed later on as well. And you need to connect this to a billing account. Also, projects can belong to organizations. For example, you have if you create a GCP account on using your college email, you will see sgec.ac.in as the organization. So you can create a project under that organization, so that other people in the organization can see your projects as well. As I said, every project has needs to have a billing account. So again, a billing account can be linked to zero or more projects. And like I said, cloud platforms use the pay-as-you-go model. So you only pay for what you use, and at the end of every month, you will receive an invoice for the amount of resources that you use. For example, here's a project that's connected to a billing account, and this project is using the following services like BigQuery, cloud storage, VMs, cloud network, and cloud APIs. So you will only get charged for the amount of services and the amount of resources that you use in this project, and you will be presented with a bill. So next, Prateek will explain about the ways to interact with Google Zone.
So hello guys, let's give Oren a little bit of rest. And yeah, so what we are going to see in the next few slides is how do we interact with the Google Cloud. So I am interacting with you all guys using this YouTube platform. So how we can interact with the cloud, and these are the ways which we can take up. So yeah, the first one is the Google Cloud Console. So this is a web-based user interface. So we'll go in detail of each one of those. So one of the option, we have a Google Cloud Console. Second one, we have a Google SDK and the Google Shell. So both of them we will see. And then the REST-based API is also provided by the Google for interacting with the Google Cloud and its services. And alas, we can also use a cloud console mobile application. So this mobile application can also be used so from anywhere, whenever you want to access any of the services. So if you want to modify any of the services, you can use this thing. Okay, so next slide. So going in deeper with the Google Cloud Console. So what is this Google Cloud Console? Basically, it gives a dashboard, okay, for all the services we use, for what we create in the cloud. It is a centralized platform for managing all of your projects and all of the related data under one single web GUI interface. Basically, you need not do much here. It is pretty simple. So all most of the things are self-explanatory, and with the just click of some of the buttons, and then you can do various tasks. So that is what you can do in the Google Cloud Console, and also you can execute. That's what I meant. Like common task using simple mouse clicks and manage and create projects. That's what I told. And also you'll get to manage and create projects to access the developer tools. So what are these developer tools? So developer tools in the sense cloud source repositories is one of the developer tools. Cloud SDK is another developer tool. Cloud Shell is also one of the developer tool. So you can also use this dashboard for accessing the product APIs. So all these things can be managed under one single platform, the Google Cloud Console, and this is the best way you can make use of this cloud platform. And this is the best dashboard which can be provided. There are other means also, but there will be like a bit of complexity that goes on when you go down the lane. So yeah, next slide. Yes. So the next one is the Google Cloud SDK, and it's a command line interface. So basically, for those who don't know about SDK, what is an SDK? SDK. Okay. I want to see if anyone knows what is an SDK. Come on, guys. I think most of the students should be knowing what is an SDK. Any comments? What is an SDK? Okay, I don't see any responses here. Okay, anyways, okay, Anish told that it's a software development kit. Exactly. So everyone knows that, I mean, like most of you might know what is an SDK. SDK is a software development kit, but what exactly it does? Basically, it provides, it's a set of all the, softwares which come together, which it's a set of tools which come together by the hardware and different hardware and software vendors, and this can be used, in various applications. So one of that is G Cloud. So G Cloud, GS Util, and BQ. See, all these are the platforms through which you can access the cloud platform. So basically, I will tell you, I give you a best example. Suppose you are writing a Python program. So if you want to use some of the math functions, what do? Import math. So math is a library there. So a library is what one in which you use it to use some of the built-in functions, right? So that is what you make use of. So similarly, for the Google also, Google provides its own library. So through Google SDK, once you install this SDKs in any of your, any of your devices, either like any of the devices, meaning most of it will be computer devices. When you install these SDKs, you can access the libraries, directly go and write a Python file, and just type in whatever you want. You can create virtual machines. You can do whatever really you want in the cloud. So all this is possible through the Google SDK, and this is one of the best way also to interact with the Google Cloud. So Google Cloud, yeah, G Cloud, I told you. GS Util is another. Both of them are Python-based libraries which will be provided. You can interact through that. And BQ is again BigQuery. Again, this is also a Python library which can be provided. In order to interact and create some of the things in the Google Cloud. So yeah, coming on to the next slide. Google Cloud Shell. So this is an alternative, we can say, to the SDK. Basically, what it does, basically we have the Google Cloud Console. What I discussed before, the first step, or like the first way to interact with the Google Cloud platform. So that was the Google Cloud Console. So in order to interact with the Google Cloud Console, we can directly, with a few mouse clicks, you can directly do it. But to do through Google Cloud Shell, there is a option on the top right corner of the screen to open the Google Cloud Shell. So this is basically gives a this will give you a terminal. Okay, in terminal, whatever you want, whatever commands and all those things, all the commands which are related to the creating whatever the services you want in the cloud. So all this can be done using the command line interface. Basically, it's a browser-based command line interface that is provided by Google Cloud. So that you can do it using the Cloud Shell. And one of the beautiful thing about this is it is free of cost, guys. So there is no cost you have to bear on your end in order to use this particular feature. So again, you will get a 5 GB of persistent disk storage in order to do any of the small, very small computations in the cloud itself. So this is one of the thing which you can get here. So and yeah, again you have this web preview functionality you have, and the built-in authorization for the project and the resource access. All of these can be provided by the Google Cloud Shell. So coming on to one more thing. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, coming on to the next part, that is nothing but how do you start the Google Cloud Shell. So basically, you can see the top right corner, there is a small button. See, this whatever you are seeing on the screen now is the Google Cloud console. So the dashboard, whatever you can see, and the top right corner, you can see the that cloud shell. That is how you can start a cloud shell. Just go there, click it, and then yeah, shell will open, and then it's same like many of you guys know about VS Code. Almost everyone uses it. So VS Code below the terminal you'll get. So similar like that, you'll get a terminal. So you can see in the next slide. So this is the terminal. So using this, you can type in on all the commands. And again, I told this is one of the free resource which is provided by the Google. So that is one of the thing. And coming on to the next slide, and here we can see the Google Cloud Shell code editor. See guys, again you might ask that whatever code we have already can be made use of directly. So suppose any small editing or any small modification, updation, whatever you want to do altering the code, it can be done in the Google Cloud environment itself. So don't you think guys, this is one of the beautiful feature of Google Cloud, which they provide. So there is the editor where you can manage all your files and edit and everything, all the managing stuff, you can do it in the Google Cloud Shell code editor. So that is one of the feature which can be which is provided by the Google to you make use of to interact with the Google Cloud. So coming on to the last one, next slide please. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so this is the last method of interaction. There is a Google Cloud Services Android application, so which we ourselves have created. So yeah, just kidding guys, so we have not created this mobile application. So this is by the Google Cloud itself. They created this mobile interface in order to keep in mind based on different cloud services, basically compute engine and Kubernetes engine, all this cloud SQL or Cloud Run, all these services can be seen with the within your phone itself. So if you have a phone, just go there, whatever you can manage your projects, and you can see all the services running, and whatever it is, you can access it seamlessly through your phone itself. So most of the things can be done in your Android application or the iOS application itself. Basically in movies and all, you can see the one click of a button and boom, and then everything service stops and all these things. Such things are possible because of such great Android application which are linked to the Google Cloud services. So let's get back to Oren to talk about the pathways which will be you have to take up and you have to complete. And over to you, Oren. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So I think you've seen all this about GCP and stuff. So now, how do you get started with GCP? So you can head on over to cloud.google.com. You can sign up for it by using your Google account. When you sign up, all customers get $300 in free credits that you can use for any service. This $300 in free credits is valid for 3 months. So you need to use up these free credits in 3 months. So even after you've exhausted the free credits, let's say, GCP still has a very generous free tier. So there are many services that you can use for free up till a certain quota. For example, GCP gives you one compute engine instance free every month. Although it's a very small instance, but you can still use it for projects and stuff. But the downside is that you do need to provide a debit card or a credit card. It needs to be on file to avail the $300 in free credits. To overcome this, I think you all have gotten the access to the Cloud Skills Boost platform. Um, so this is the pathway that you guys will be doing, the cloud engineer learning pathway. It covers a lot of very important things. Like the first lab, I think everyone has done already to get the monthly subscription for Cloud Skills Boost. Um, so some of the courses that all these courses, like preparing for your associate cloud engineer journey, Google Cloud Fundamentals, Essential Google Cloud Infrastructure, and this one, they go over all the core fundamental GCP services, like creating VMs, creating networks, and so on. Apart from that, at the end, there's also getting started with Google Kubernetes engine. Kubernetes is pretty popular right now. There's also, since a lot of applications are being containerized, logging, monitoring, and observability is also a very important part of the application development process. Apart from this, there's also a course for CI/CD and DevOps. It covers infrastructure as a code using Terraform. You need to complete this course by December 14th. If you want to avail any of the benefits that the Google team will provide, so they might provide some benefits. So to avail those benefits, you need to finish the course by December 14th. Um, so that's it from my side. I think now we'll have a video being played.
Get ready for a cloud-first workplace. Jumpstart your career by signing up for a Google Cloud hands-on learning experience. Companies around the world are moving to the cloud. This is a unique opportunity to gain new skills and professional credentials. If you want to discover a career, scale your startup, or perform groundbreaking research that will change the world, this is the event for you.
So, hello guys. I guess Oren and Pratik pretty much explained about what is the next path, what you're going to follow for the next 1 month, and then what is all about Google Cloud and all its platforms and all the benefits that is given by the Google. So and he explained about the course pathway also. But as you can see, like some of you might, for most of you, it might be like completely new and all that. So because of that, no, we are planning to have a hands-on session to help you guys with the you know help you in the better understanding of these courses provided by the Google. Not only like see, Pratik was telling about the shell, right? He was telling about every programmer, like VS Code as a terminal. So, what is shell basically? So, it's a platform where you can access the machine which is available somewhere else, right? Which is maintained by the Google. So, what are all these machines? That machines basically run on Unix. Okay, that is the OS. So we'll be giving you an basic command introductions and then hands-on session on Linux. And also, what Oren claimed is like you don't need any person in place, monitoring all that. You just need a computer and an internet connection to work with all that, right? So it's necessary that you guys understand how internet works, how data is communicated from that machine to your machine, and all the protocols, rules, and also Oren had mentioned one more point, like you get charged only by the basis of function which you like on each request. Like on each request, you get charged on that. So how do you make that request? How do you do that? APIs, all that. A session on a hands-on session will be provided for you guys just to help you with the course. And okay, so you might be wondering when you guys will be doing it. So Saturday, that is day after tomorrow, from in St. Joseph Engineering College, obviously, at sixth floor webinar hall from 2 to 5. May not be till 5. We can complete it sooner also. So hope you guys are present there and get intuition on the intuition on certain topics. So it'll be better for you. And guys, it's not that it is only helpful for this cloud. What do you call cloud pathway or this cloud certification. So it can be used in your other projects as well. understanding this is a very good opportunity. So I mean, it can be a request or it can be a friendly reminder or whatever you guys want to take it as. So it's up for your development. So we expect a large number on webinar hall. Cool. So that's from my side, and I guess now if there is any Q&A, we can open up now. Yeah, guys, like if you have any questions regarding the cloud or anything about how to start the course or anything regarding that, I suppose all of you have redeemed the emails that was sent by Google. It was sent on November 14th. It contained your secret code. Do not share with others. It's only for you. And yeah, you can go through that tour guide. It's pretty much easy, and it makes you understand about the Google platform, GCCP platform. No questions, guys? So I suppose then all the participants present here will be available on webinar hall on Saturday. So
Yeah, guys, please be there.
yes, that's from our side. If you want to ask anything off topic also, we are available.
Everybody has claimed it, right?
Hopefully.
Is there anyone who have any issues?
Yeah, if you have any issues, we have of course made a WhatsApp group, right? You can put it up there, or you can personally text Oren or me, Pragnya, anyone. Oh yeah, of course. Forgot to say a most important point. It's a hands-on session, so just don't come with your bare hands. Please get your laptops too. Internets will be provided. Chill. Good. Do get your laptops. It can be Windows, Linux, or Mac. Works. We're just going to use internet. Okay, so I suppose there's no. Is there anything? Anything anybody wants to say? Something? Okay, Pratik is here. Yeah, Pratik, go ahead.
Yeah, so as we don't see any of the questions coming up, so let's wind up today's session, guys. So I hope you all enjoyed. So any queries, contact the team. Oren will be available. You have a WhatsApp group, and PK is also available. So you can contact either of them. You can contact any one of us. We'll be there for you guys for any kind of help. So make sure to complete the course and all the pathways and complete all the labs. You will get digital badges to your developer profile. Okay. So yeah, I think we can wind up for the day, and so we can end the session. So before going, guys, please do like this video and as well as subscribe to our channel, and keep supporting us and be a part of our Google community. So that's okay. Yeah, and
Nice.
today's live.
Looks like that.
Okay. There's some lagging, guys. Relax. It's okay. So yeah, Cloud lead.
Let's wind
You
up.
have to say something.
No, man.
Okay. So yeah, as
Let's wind
Pragya
up, right?
introduced him, he is our cloud facilitator. He has taken a test and he's a certified. So he'll be your facilitator towards the month. You have any issues on the cloud, you can contact him. And not only between these time period, you can contact him after December 14th also. He'll be helping with all your projects and other stuff. So that's from our side. We meet you guys on Saturday in a college. So until then, see you. Bye bye.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye.